We are here to get you set. Stephen A. Smith, the New York Knicks improbably maybe have a 2-0 series lead on the defending champs. What do they need to do to put down the clamps?
Well, listen, what they got to do is Jalen Brunson's got to play better. Mikal Bridges can't wait 3 quarters to get off. Karl Anthony Towns has to replicate his performance in Game 2. OG Anunoby has to continue to play the kind of defense that he's been playing. And you have to anticipate an onslaught from the Boston Celtics. They are the reigning, defending NBA champions. Shooting is porous as they've been 25% from three-point range. You can't anticipate that will last. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown playing as poor in the fourth quarter. That's not going to last. You have to prepare yourself for that and be ready to answer the call because they're coming.
And Jason Tatum, he shouldered the blame after the Game 2 loss. He said that this is on me. How do you expect him to respond?
I mean, sure, that's good. I'm glad he took some blame, but it's not just him. The team has shot 25 for 100 over the last 2 games from 3. That you don't win when you do that. The encouraging thing, if you're a Celtics fan, is that they lost Game 1 by 3 points and Game 2 by 1 point and shot that badly and stayed in the game. Now, their margin for error is gone, right? Now, you can't have any more bad shooting games or else you're going to go home. You lose this game, you go down 3-0, you just don't come back from that. So they got to win this game. Luckily, Stephen A. will not be in the building, which helps the Celtics quite a bit. I think the line should probably move for that.
Well, one, a lot of it is on Jason Tatum. And here's why. Like, you blow 2 20-point leads, you're supposed to be that guy. You got to find a way to get buckets, get to the free throw line. He's averaging 4.5 free throws a game against the New York Knicks. Unacceptable. We watch all the star guys, all the past, franchise guys. They did everything they did was get to the free throw line when they struggled from the outside. The Knicks side of things, I'm looking at Karl Anthony Towns, right? Kristaps Porzingis obviously dealing with the illness or whatever that may be, right? You got old man Al Horford out there, trying to do everything, but he's still old. This is a moment for Cat at the crib to feed off of the energy of the fans and mimic what he did in Game 2. He only shot 1 3.
Yeah.
The rest of it was in the inside. So that's what I'm looking for.
Bob, I have a feeling that just because Stephen A. isn't in Madison Square Garden, they're still going to feel his energy because he will be with us. Get me set for this one.
Really?
NBA countdown at 3 o'clock Eastern.
I don't know, Malika.
Yes, I will.
I mean, stretching it.
Thanks so much, guys. For a historical perspective, this is the 33rd instance of a team trailing 2-0 in a best-of-7 series, with both losses coming at home, excluding the 2020 bubble. Of the previous 31, just 5 came back to win the series. The Cavaliers also trailed the Pacers 2-0 this postseason.
Historic night of missed 3-pointers.
And the Celtics coming up empty-handed. Find a way to win. That's some wild stuff right there. Here they come again. New York has gone up 2-0.
I take full ownership on the way that I've played in this series. Can't sugarcoat anything. I need to be better.
Going home, I realize an opportunity we have. We just got to make sure we're still locked in.
We put ourselves in this position. We got an opportunity to see what we made of. I'm out trying to make something happen in Game 3.
And we got a pair of Game 3s in the NBA Conference semifinals today and tonight at 3:30 Eastern. A day game on ABC. The Knicks will look to go up 3-0 from the top-seeded Celtics. Each of the Knicks' last 6 playoff games have been decided by 3 points or fewer, including their 2 big comeback wins in Boston to open up this series. Then we will go out west. The Warriors and Timberwolves square off at 8:30 Eastern on ABC. Minnesota even the series with a 24-point win in Game 2. Steph Curry will miss a 2nd straight game due to that hamstring strain, including the postseason. Golden State is 7-6 without him so far this season. 13-year NBA vet Quentin Richardson and Anscape senior writer David Dennis Jr. back with us now here on SportsCenter. All right, so the Celtics, they need to try to avoid going down 3-0 to the Knicks. So this is kind of a simple question, David. What does Boston need to do today to pull out the win against New York outside of make sure their shots fall?
Well, they need to remember how to play basketball in the fourth quarter. I have never seen a championship-level team fall apart like this offensively when they have the same matchups and the same schemes that they can have earlier in the game that put them up by 20 points. And that falls on the backs of Tatum and Brown. And the last 2 fourth quarters, they are 2 for 19 and 0 for 9 from 3. These are abysmal numbers for a team that is trying to repeat as champion. And it's not just missing shots, it's bad shots. They're not utilizing the mismatches that they have. It is just an absolute collapse. 2 games in a row from a team that needs to figure this thing out in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I agree with you, Double D. It's like they get up 20 and have an error message in their brain. You got up 20, you got to know you did that twice in a row. We better than them. Hold on to it, finish it off. But hey, listen, I'm going with Jalen Brunson. If the Knicks want to win, all they got to do, like you just said, Double D, just get Brunson into clutch time. Just stay close enough. Don't let him blow you out, and just get him. However you got to do, get Brunson to clutch time. He has proven that if you could get me there, I will definitely do the rest. Obviously, he was the clutch player of the year this year, but I'm talking about these playoffs so far. He's shown you that if he gets to clutch time, that he's the guy that could get it done. So if I'm the Knicks, I just want to get our closer to the closing time and let him do his thing.
It is expensive to get into the Garden today in New York. Let me tell you, you can't even stand for $900, okay? It is going to be lit this afternoon. Do they still say that? I don't even know if people still say that. Anyways, okay,
yes, they do.
They do? Okay, good. I'm still kind of cool. Let's go out west. Timberwolves and Warriors, the series is tied. Golden State obviously doesn't have Steph Curry, David, and so they're right now trying to take a 2-1 lead at home. How do they do it?
2 words, playoff Jimmy. He was not aggressive enough in game 2. He only took 13 shots. He's only taken 5.5 free throws so far in this series. The Warriors are being outscored in the paint by 36 points. That is about Jimmy Butler getting to the rack and putting up shots. There were far too many times in game 2 when he got to the bucket and passed out. You got to put some of those guys in foul trouble. You got to score. You got to put pressure on this team because you need to buy time for Stephen Curry to come back, if possible, by game 5 or maybe game 6. And that is Jimmy Butler figuring out a way to get through and penetrate against this defense.
Yeah, I agree with you, Double D. I know Jimmy said he's not a high-volume shooting guy, but, like, we're going to need you to go ahead and get up with a 20-something shots for them to be having a chance tonight. But when you come to the Minnesota side of the fence, man, it's all Ant-Man. He hasn't had above 30 yet this game. I'm expecting him to have one of his explosive games and signature games for him to put his mark on this series because he hasn't had it yet. He's had his coach call him out for setting the tone and different things in game 1. Obviously, they came out and won game 2, but it wasn't a signature Ant-Man game. I'm waiting for an explosive 30, 40, however many point game where he puts his imprint on his game and lets everybody know that he's the best player in this series.
I'm with you, Q, because I keep hearing Ant-Man talk about it. I want him to be about it now today. I will say this for the Warriors, though. They're at home. They don't have Steph Curry. And in the last game, we saw them come out in the first quarter and lay an egg, like the worst egg they've ever laid in the postseason in the first quarter since 2016, which is wild. Guys, thank you very much.
Chào các bạn, hồi đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn gọi là vòng với tiêu đề là hoa đậu biếc. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm.
Đâu em à? Mày về chưa? Ok. Súng à?